guys, welcome to today's video. Make sure you visit podcastformarketers.com for more information. Over there, I have a really kick-ass course on how you can make at least a few grand a month on simple reoccurring revenue, right? And that's called Freedom Funnels. And make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my channel, man. I'm put out videos every day, so you don't want to miss what I put up because I put out some pretty kick-ass content. And man, I always want you guys to comment below, man. I absolutely love all the comments you guys bring. Let me know what you're thinking. If you have any questions, I'm always in the comment section. I really love the community. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, so it's Mail Bag Monday. I haven't done one of these in a while. Wow, Mail Bag Monday even. All right, so I had a question on my website, and the guy was really asking about targeting interest on Facebook. And there's some confusion going on about how you should be doing your interest-based targeting, okay? So first of all, that shouldn't be your first level of line of defense. Now, in my class in Freedom Funnels, I actually teach you the levels of how you should be targeting. And actually, I have a free class that I do as well. So if you'd like to sign up for that, you can sign up below. And you can sign up for my free class. It's like a quick Facebook boot camp, right? No money, no upsells, no nothing. It's just like, I didn't want to just post it up on my YouTube channel. So if you want to, sign up for it and you can get the free class. So anyways, with your targeting, first of all, it shouldn't be like interest-based targeting first, right? The first thing you should be like is targeting website visitors, your email list, and things, people that you know, right? So that's the first thing that you should know. But since we're dealing with interest-based targeting, right? So the question was, should you stack your targeting up when you're doing it? And no, you should not stack your targeting. So first of all, let me tell you that you want your data granular. And what I mean by that is one target per ad set, okay? So when you have a campaign, first of all, mobile will sit by itself. Desktop will sit by itself. And like, let's just say, and I just did this the other day trying to trust Facebook and they fucked me right in the ass. Instagram will sit by itself. Facebook will wait a preference for mobile and not serve your ads to desktop or Instagram. The other day, they served no ads on mobile for me, one on the desktop and all the rest on Instagram, and I totally got hosed trying to trust Facebook. So don't do that. So this is what your campaign structure will look like. It should be for placement, okay? The next dang down, if you're doing things, are going to be your ad sets. And here's where people get funky with stacking up interest. So let's just say, for instance, that you're talking about yoga, right? Because yoga is a big subject in my household right now, okay? So yoga pants, right? Everybody uses yoga. So you would not want to target the author of a yoga book and then target people that just like, I don't know, who's the guru in yoga? Who's the guru in yoga? I'm asking my wife, huh? Like Jane Fonda or something, right? So let's just say Jane Fonda, right? So, who? I like Susan Dyson. Susan Dyson? Yeah. All right, so Susan Dyson, right? So that's a guru. You don't want to target Susan even, I think, right? How do you spell Susan? S-U-S-A-N? Susan? Didn't look right. All right, so anyways, you wouldn't want to target Susan and the book author in the same ad set. And I'm going to show you why, okay? Bear with me. I got news. All right, so here's why you don't want to do that. So let's just say, for instance, your ad cost with the book is doing really well, and you're paying, let's just say, 60 cents a click, okay? But Susan Dyson is really doing crappy, and with her, you're paying $1 a click. Okay. Now, what's going to happen is when you average this out, it's going to look like something like 90 cents a click, where you're getting fucked. But how do you know? Because you got it all jumbled up here, right? So there's no way to separate it out. Well, you can kind of, but why do that? That's just ridiculous, and it makes me cringe. Well, Sonny, I thought or I heard. Well, I'm telling you that it's wrong. You want to be as granular as possible when you're going with your ads. You guys can hear how passionate I am about this, right? Just go with Susan here, okay? Just go with the book here, and just go with the Matt designer here, okay? Now, how you do that then is you would go with 3 different ads, and I'm going to give you my real nitty gritty shit right now. Okay. So here's what you do. Now, what most people do is they will go with 1, 3, and then the ad sets to come here, right? So I don't do that. I go as granular as I possibly can. But when we get to the ad set point, what you do here is you put out a few different ads, because Facebook kind of figures out that when you do your ads, it's only going to be a few minutes before they figure out, you know what? We're only going to show this amount of people the ads. And if these amount of people don't start clicking and liking this shit, then we're going to dump it, right? And we're going to give them crappy placements. Okay. So you don't want to do that. So what I do here is I actually take 3, especially if I got a small budget, and I just duplicate it, right? The same ad, but this ad right here is going to have one photo, same copy. This one's going to have another photo, same copy. This will have another photo, same copy, but I'm going to triplicate them, right? In the same ad set, right? In the same ad for all my ads. So you end up with 9 ads right here, right? And soon you're going to see one take off, right? It's going to take off, and then you're going to cut all the rest of these off, okay? But you need to be granular with your data, okay? Do not, and I mean this, do not stack your interest at all unless you find out that Susan and the book interest do well, okay? And so then you say, okay, well, you know what? And never erase these, right? But you can lower the ad cost on these so they don't deliver, all right? But you never want to stop an ad. And then you can start a new ad set, okay, if you want to, that has these 2 stacked up, because you already know that both of these are performing well. So if you wanted to do that, you could. But you definitely want to keep everything in. What I mean by granular, I'm going to say this again before I take off, guys, right? What I mean by granular is that you don't want your data to be, what do you call it? Diluted. Okay. So if you had mobile and desktop here, well, you don't know which one is performing better. You can find that out, but why fuck around? Right? Don't even do that, right? Just run it on mobile. Number one is Facebook will wait. I'll say this again. Facebook will wait something because they like mobile. So they're like, hey, we're going to send it all to mobile. Well, no, because to give you an example, the people that watch my shit, I don't know what it is about my squad, but you guys like desktop, right? And a lot of you guys are on desktop. So when I serve my ads to mobile only, a lot of you guys don't see it. So I have to separate my data, and so I can serve it on mobile and desktop. And Facebook has no choice but to serve the ads like I want them to be served. Remember, Facebook is nothing but a big ass computer, and you have to tell computers what to do. All right. So separate and have granular data, right? And when you do your ad sets, you don't want any funkiness going on, right? You want to know exactly what interest works best for your product. And how you find it is by telling Facebook, only serve it to this audience, period. If they don't like it, I'll know very quickly within, 24 to 48 hours. I'll know this sucks, and we'll go with this one then. And this one sucks. Right? And then you'll know, shut down this, right? And then we'll run this on mobile as well and on Insta as well. And then we'll have to get down to the actual ads. So they say, we don't like this one and we don't like this one, but we like this one. So now we know, run this ad over here. So you can see how you have to break it down, right? So I hope that answers your question on how to become granular. Now, I do have the guy that was asking the question about this, he's in my Facebook strategies course, and he wanted to know, because I really break down how to find interest when you're first starting out, you don't have any data, right? Which means you should get started now and put your Facebook pixel on everything, man, everything. And even if you don't get any sales, Facebook just did an update just recently. Well, now first it says we need 15 to 25 sales per day from you for a few days straight until we can optimize for conversions. Okay, so what Facebook has done now is they say, okay, first, what we're going to do is we're going to optimize for clicks to website until we find out what these conversions look like, and then we'll optimize for conversions, which is really awesome, right? So this kind of fixes a lot of problems for people that don't have any data yet. But what I suggest you do with all of your websites now is make sure you place your pixel on every page that you can possibly put it on, because anytime somebody lands on that page, Facebook is going to profile them. And if they end up purchasing a product, well, bing, at least you have one person that Facebook can say, okay, that's what somebody looks like that converts. And then when you have another one, another one, another one, another one, another one, they can go, okay, let me look at all these people and compare them to everybody on Facebook and see who else looks like that. That's what we want to know. Who else looks like this? Okay, so all of these people visit these websites. They click on these web pages. They visit these groups. Okay, so now I'm starting to see, these are data points, right? I'm starting to see what these people look like. This is their data point makeup, right? And so then they look on Facebook and say, okay, well, these guys kind of look like these guys too. So what they do is they start saying, well, let's start sending ads over here and see what happens. And if you start getting more conversions, Facebook goes, I see now. So what's really cool about Facebook is they're going to say optimize for clicks to your website, and we're going to find people that will click to your website, and then we're going to look and see the people that actually convert. And then we'll start automatically optimizing to start optimizing for conversions now. So that's really what's cool about Facebook. But Facebook will get confused if you dilute your data. So don't pollute your data with bullshit. Make sure you give Facebook granular information so they know exactly what it is that you want, and they won't think it's an enigma. Coffee break.